Hello, everybody. This is Leticia coming to you again today for another edition of my weekly Money Matters webinars. And I have the pleasure of being joined today by Alex. Alex is a representative with TAO Mexico, one of Riviera Maya's most established condo and townhome luxury developers. I had the pleasure of connecting recently with Alex through a mutual contact here in Playa del Carmen. And I also had the pleasure of touring some of TAO's properties. And I have to say, I wasn't super familiar with TAO because, as it turns out, as Alex would explain, they specialize in more exclusive residential developments in the Akumal area and a few of the surrounding areas in the Riviera Maya. Akumal is a municipality somewhere between Playa del Carmen and Tulum. They also do have some projects in Playa del Carmen and the Tulum area. So, Alex, thank you so much for agreeing to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And I know you're a little bit camera shy, but you'll see we're super easygoing here. My audience is super friendly. So, and as I mentioned, Alex, some people will be joining us. We're watching this after the live video is over. I didn't give people a lot of notice today, so I expect that's going to be the case. I will be sharing this on some of the expat groups as well. People who may be interested in having a look at what's available in terms of properties for purchase. So why don't we start, Alex, first? So first of all, again, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about what TAO is about. Tell us a little bit of the company, and then maybe we can start talking about some of the exciting, amazing, beautiful projects you guys have going on.
Sure, perfect. Well, first of all, thank you again for inviting me to the podcast. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys, the viewers of the podcast, and tell you all about TAO Developments that we have here. Maybe I'd like to start off with a short intro video from ourselves that really gives you a good feeling for what we represent, our ethics, and the area we're located in. So
that would be great. Thanks, Alex. And everyone who is able to join us live, thank you for joining us. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, please do us a favor and like and subscribe. I'm learning to say that. Thank you so much. Okay, Alex, let me know when you're ready with the intro video.
Okay, I got it on the screen now.
Okay. You may have to share the sound.
Let's see. If I press play, let's see if the sound comes through.
Okay.
Do you hear anything?
No, I don't hear sound. You may have to share it.
Okay, let's see how we can figure that out.
Did you allow your? You may have to allow your computer to share sound. Okay, well, bear with us, everyone. We'll figure it out. Yeah. If you want. Okay, if you want, I can try it. The joys of live transmissions, everyone.
That's what happens. We'll get back to you in a second with the video and the sound.
Okay. Some of my other guests have been able to share videos, so there should be a way to do it. Welcome everyone to the show. We're just Alex, who is a representative with TAO Mexico, will be sharing with us an introductory video about TAO Developments and also some of their projects.
Maybe open the video on your side.
Is it on the TAO website?
You can find it in our drive that I shared with you.
Oh man, okay, sure. Oh man, okay. Sorry everyone. Thanks for bearing with us. Well, you sent me the brochures, but the actual video. Yeah, no, I have a bunch of brochures here.
It's called TAO Lifestyle Niche.
Oh man. You might have sent me those via. Yeah, I just have a bunch of PDFs. Then this would not be a PDF. Can we try again? And if the sound is not working, do you think it would still be worthwhile to see the video?
Yeah, I think so. It's just a shame because there's a bit of narration in the video as well, kind of setting the tone. But I think we could watch the video just without the music or without the
Can you maybe just
dialogue.
close it and try to share again? I'm going to remove it. Try to share again, Alex. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Hopefully we can get this to work. We didn't have a chance to practice much. Alex was actually doing some property tours with some clients. So let's just do the best we can.
Let me see. I'll just download it. And I did see a button that says share video. So
yeah,
that should work.
Thanks everyone for your patience. We'll get this to work. Yeah, Alex, when you click on share, click the share video option, see if that should allow you to share the sound as well. Thanks for joining, everyone. Alex is just trying to share a video to tell us a little bit about TAO Mexico, which again is one of the most established developers in this area in the Riviera Maya. And they specialize in luxury developments, luxury condos, and townhomes in exclusive residential communities.
Okay.
All right.
Are you able to see the video?
Yes, it's working now. Yay!
Perfect.
Get away from the city stress. Leave the pressures behind. Feel nature again. Feel the silence and enjoy it. To be surprised. Be calm. Live the present. Feel the present. Flow. Find meaning. Find fulfillment. Here and now, knowing oneself, knowing others. Value diversity. Enjoy. Be connected. It's more than a concept. It's a lifestyle. Live TAO.
All right. And in case people are wondering, Alex was telling me the story of the company. The founder of the company is originally from, is it Germany, Alex, if I may ask? But he had traveled to Japan, and that's where he became familiar with this concept of TAO, which has to do with a certain way of life, like a peaceful way of life that blends, nature with human living. It's a way of living in balance with nature. That's my understanding of it. Maybe Alex can speak a bit more to that. But that's how the name. Your volume is a little low, Alex. I don't know if you can up your volume.
That's correct. Tao is kind of a lifestyle. It's a Chinese proverb, which means being on the right path, being connected to nature, being in balance and harmony. And this is a central mantra that we have with all our projects here. Um, One of the main things Tao tries to do is to integrate as much of the natural surrounding as possible into their residential communities. Since we are located in such a beautiful area here at the Riviera Maya, with lush jungles, some of the most pristine beaches in all of Mexico, with weather being around, 25 to 30 degrees Celsius all year round. So it's really beach day every day for American viewers. That would be around 77 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, so it doesn't really get extreme hot, but it's really just the perfect weather to get away from those cold winters up north. And I think what a lot of people are looking for their vacation or for just living in paradise.
Yeah, and I know we're gonna get in deeper into some of your projects and what you guys specialize in. I just want to say, as mentioned last week, I had the pleasure of meeting Alex at their offices in Akumal. And again, Akumal is about a 20-minute drive from Playa. It's located right in between Playa del Carmen and Tulum, for those of you who have been to this area. So you really have access to the best of both worlds. You want to come to the more vibrant, happening part of Playa, Playa del Carmen, you have access to that. And then if you want that more, spiritual vibe that Tulum is known for, you also have access to that and the pristine beaches in the Tulum area. So not to mention that there are beaches in the Akumal area, very beautiful beaches. Alex and I are going to be doing a follow-up tour. So far, I've only had a chance to post a couple of videos to my channel of TAO properties that I had the pleasure of touring in person. And just look out for additional videos coming, okay, you guys, on my Maven Wealth channel. Sorry for interrupting, Alex. I just wanted to add that in. So yeah, maybe you could just, continue telling us about some of the projects that you guys have done or are in the process of doing right now.
Sure, let me share my screen again and I'll jump into our next presentation here. Can you see my screen? Just checking.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll go into presentation mode then. Well, let me talk a bit about TAO Mexico then. We just talked about the area and all the different, attractions it has, including the beaches, all the cenotes, these underground tunnel systems you can explore and scuba dive, water parks, Tulum and Playa del Carmen being close by, Akumal as well, with some nice bars and beach clubs. But let's talk about TAO now as a developer here.
Sure.
We were founded in 2006, and we actually started in Puerto Vallarta with the development, but quickly our CEO realized that the most popular place right now in Mexico is the Playa, Akumal, Tulum, so Riviera Maya area.
Riviera Maya.
Riviera Maya. So since 2008, we started developing here. That makes us one of the oldest developers in the area. So we have been very lucky to get access to very exclusive locations all along the coast, with access to the beach, etc. Because there's a lot of developments going on at the moment. So we had first pick with our developments, which really sets us apart. Just to talk a bit more, what gives us an edge over other developers, we also have financing for our clients, which is a huge deal.
Yes.
That really gives you some flexibility to your budget as well. And just a few words about that. What I mean with financing is that the second 50% of your purchase you finance directly with us, so there's no banks involved. And this can go over 5 years at a 7% interest rate, which is really reasonable here in Mexico. Let me add that. So that is a great advantage we have. Not a lot of people maybe have all the cash ready, so you can be flexible with the financing.
And I do want to point out just how valuable this is, especially for foreigners, whether you're a Canadian or an American looking to, considering making a purchase here in the Riviera Maya. There are limited financing options available, and the fact that TAO is willing to finance up to 50% of the property price themselves, in-house financing at 7%. And I know coming from Canada or the US, 7% may seem like a high rate. Well, it's not so high by Mexican standards. I've met Mexicans who are paying 15% on their mortgages. It's not uncommon here to see mortgage rates that are for Mexican nationals that are akin to credit cards in Canada or the US. So the fact that TAO is willing to finance, and I think you told me, Alex, that you could go up to 10 years even at a slightly higher interest rate. But essentially, somebody needs that extra time to come up with just to take a bit of pressure off in terms of making that purchase. That's definitely a possibility, and you can go making those monthly payments, right, Alex?
Exactly, and important to note that historically with us developers, so there's no banks involved, which really
That's right.
adds the
Now,
value.
I didn't ask you if there's a lot of like financial underwriting involved. I mean, does the client things like credit score? Do you guys look at that, or?
There's no checking with that, so we're very open with our financing plan. There won't be
Well, that's really nice.
or anything, so that's an extra benefit we can offer as well.
That's really good to know. That's really good to know. Okay, Alex, shall we keep going with your slides?
I just have a couple more points to add what sets us apart. Just before we go through some of the properties we have, we also include furnishing. So all our properties come with a basic setup of a kitchenette, which includes the stove and an oven and air conditioning in all rooms. But if you don't want the hassle of buying furniture, we can also order complete furnishing for you. And that leads into property management, where we can connect you to local property managers that can take care of such things as finding you clients to rent out, if that's something you're looking to get into, and take care of the property while you yourself are not there or in between renters.
Yeah.
So we offer the complete care package, right? That you can purchase the place, get it all furnished by us, and then also take care of any kind of maintenance that needs to be taken care of with the property management that we can connect you with.
Awesome.
And also leading into two extra things that we have is our very own wellness center, which includes 2 lane pools, a nice restaurant, a professional gym, yoga gym with courses that you can take. So it's really all about the relaxation factor and meeting other people out of the TAO community and connecting. And also lastly, our very own beach club, which TAO members get exclusive access to, where you can have some great seafood and relax at the beach.
Awesome. And everyone, in case you're wondering, what's the relationship between Alex and myself? As some of you know, I already started helping people primarily here in the Playa del Carmen area with both rentals and purchases. And in the process of doing so, I started connecting with some of the local developers. And TAO was recommended to me by a lady friend here in Playa, and she was kind enough to introduce me to Alex. And so Alex and I are starting to work together. So should you be interested in any of these projects, you can, I would encourage you to reach out to me, and the two of us can take you on a tour. Alex will be more than happy to help. Okay.
Yes, very happy to take anyone who's interested on a tour and show the area. So let's continue with the presentation. So this is just a quick overview of all our constructions that we have. Most of them are, some of them are already sold out, but just to give you a sense of how many residential communities we have built. And we're going to be focusing on the ones in the Riviera Maya, which are in the middle here, Playa del Carmen. I don't know if you see my mouse right now.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll just do that so we can see the screen a little better. Yeah, Puerto Aventuras, yeah.
Puerto Aventuras, Akumal, and Tulum. So let's not spend too much time on this.
And again, for people, yeah, that's awesome. Maybe we could show people kind of Puerto Aventuras again is, as you can see, they're in between Playa del Carmen and Tulum, and in between Playa del Carmen and Akumal. It's another exclusive little beach community, right?
It's a real little town in itself. Very popular with Americans and Canadians. Lots of international people settling down there, lots of expats. They have their own beach there. They really, it's really a small village because it's grown in time, with its own supermarkets, its own cinema. You have medical facilities. So it started off as a residential community, but has grown into a little town in itself. The local marina is there, where you can and actually park your boats or your yachts.
It's very pretty, guys. I can tell you, it's a feast for the eyes, and it just you go there, you're walking by the marina. So it's for those of us who live in Playa, we like to go to Puerto Aventuras just for a night out. It's very pretty, very peaceful, beautiful little restaurants, and you're walking. You've got the marina. They even have an area where there are dolphins. I mean, those of you who have kids, I mean, that's something cool. Um, so, okay, Alex, please go ahead. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. Feel free to chime in whenever you want, and I appreciate your input as well, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
So those are kind of the benefits of Akumal and Puerto Venturas, that you do have the kind of more bustling towns of Tulum and Playa del Carmen close enough, but you really have kind of the tranquility and more privacy in these smaller settings, and more exclusive, really. So for people to kind of lay back, relax, and if wanted, you can always take a quick ride to the more bustling towns for a night out there. Let's continue our presentation and look at our first residential community, which is TAO Community, located in the exclusive compound of Bahia Principe. What is amazing here is Bahia is kind of a huge residential community with separate developments inside. You also have the Tulum Country Club there, which is the only PGA approved 18-hole golf course. So if there's any avid golfers out there, this would be a high recommendation for that. So this is our own development inside, where we have lofts, condos, premium condos, and townhomes, starting at $163,000. And this is ready for delivery. So it's ready to move in and is already lively, has a lot of people living there already. And we have a top view here of the whole community itself. So as you can see, it's very green. And as I mentioned, TAO does try to integrate as much of the jungle as it can. So there's lots of space. And with all the green and the foliage, you don't really have a feeling that there's so many units around. But you really have a sense of privacy, and everyone has their own jungle view. Also includes the two infinity pools that look into the jungle, that the whole community can share. And right above, just a quick walk, is the TAO Wellness Center, where you can just lay back, relax, get a massage if you want. It's kind of like a spa feeling. So this is just a top view of that. And we can look at some of the units that we have. For example, our loft. This is a 1-bedroom. You can see the furnishing that we offer, so stylish, but still a kind of jungle zen feeling with the little decorations we have. Lots of wood, great, lots of light coming in. We have floor-to-ceiling windows in all our units. So we have, out of the 94, there's 3 available at the moment. These are starting at 163, and I'd be happy to take you on a tour whenever you guys are ready. Another cool feature of these units is that you can close off the bedroom section with a moving wall, which, let's say you invite some guests for some drinks on the balcony or on the terrace. They won't be able to get into your bedroom. You can just kind of pull this wall across and really have privacy that way.
So turning it into what we would call in Canada a junior 1-bedroom. That's what they call them, a junior 1-bedroom. Yeah. Guys, everything Alex is saying is correct. I had the pleasure of visiting TAO Community. We didn't have a chance to, literally, I had to go back to Playa to pick up my kid from school. Otherwise, I would have loved to, and we're still planning on taking a video tour of the few properties that are still left in some of these already built projects. such as the lofts that Alex is talking about. And I can tell you, everything he says is correct. Like you feel like you're surrounded by jungle. It feels very exclusive, very serene. Um, it's that kind of neighborhood, just very peaceful. You don't have any kind of road traffic. So those of you who are seeking, um, to live in a place close to nature, where you have a lot of peace, where you have larger living spaces, because for those of us who are living in Playa proper, by the Carmen, there's just not enough room here to build. The properties here, the square footage. Some of the older units may still benefit from larger floor spaces, but it seems similar to big cities like Toronto. The less space you have, developers will just make do with whatever they have. Whereas in a community like the TAO community, they have the luxury of having these larger living spaces. So it feels very airy, and luxurious. You have a lot more space to yourself, even for something like a studio loft. Well, you're not going to have those kinds of spaces somewhere like in the heart of Playa del Carmen. Very hard.
And also to mention the direct access to the beach that you have from the community, which is you can access from within the compound. There's actually a shuttle service that can bring you and take you to the beach. It's about a 7 to 8 minute ride. So we're very close to the beach in this community as well, which is fantastic. So I just switched to the next size up. We're looking at our 2-bedroom condos now with 187 square meters. I mean, depending what level you are, as you can see, the penthouses have their very own rooftop with an amazing view of the jungle. You can see some of the upgrades we have available here. If you'd like, we can add a jacuzzi at the top, the pergola or the bar area, which is a fantastic place to invite friends to hang out for some drinks or just to relax on your very private owned rooftop. And again, as you can see on the left in the picture, you're looking into the jungle. You feel very private, very much, connected to nature. And this is just some of the furnishing that we would have available. There's different sets, different quality levels. It all depends on what you want, and we can provide.
Cool.
Let's jump into our next quality level is the premium condos. So these are slightly bigger, ranging from 155 to 271. These have more exclusive views, a bit more set aside in the community with our most, let's say, premium locations. And I think, Letizia, we checked out our premium condo last week. Actually has a rooftop of about 70 square meters, so lots of space and very high ceilings. You can see now what I was talking about, the large windows that bring in a lot of natural light. So just a very airy, green, natural vibe that you have there, which is fantastic.
It's really beautiful. And I remember, like, when we were looking out one of the windows, we were overlooking a little lake that's part of the community as well, and part like in the middle of the golf course. Guys, like if you're living anywhere, let's say in the Toronto area or any major Canadian city, you know what the price point is for properties. And to live in this kind of exclusive living community, if you have, for those of you who are considering relocation, or even potentially an investment property, you get a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak, and the kind of exclusive finishings and the floor space and the proximity to nature, to the beach. I'm still like in disbelief as to what these prices compared to what we're used to paying for real estate in places like Toronto area or even some of the surrounding cities. Let's go ahead, Alex. And again, guys, look for some upcoming videos on my Maven Wealth channel, including some that I took last week at some of the TAO properties.
And you mentioned smart investments. We are in an area of rapid appreciation. We're looking at value gains of up to 8 to 10% yearly on the properties at the moment. And return on invest from renting out, if you're just looking to invest, you could reach around 10%. We have clients that reported up to 15% ROI per year when they rent out. And this is only going to get more with all the investments Mexico itself is doing in the area, expanding the airport. There's going to be a train system built in between Cancun and Tulum. So there's a big buzz of the area, and which will only grow in the next few years. So, really great investment opportunities right now. Low prices to get in, which will grow just in time.
Thanks for the like. Whoever liked the video.
Here we go. It's our last available unit type that we have in TAO community, which is our townhome. So,
oh no, last one. Okay, go ahead. Wow, beautiful.
Only one left, unfortunately, which first come, first serve. But you see really high ceilings, natural light from the top with the window, the glass sun deck at the top. So these are great for just a bit more space and really the feeling of your own home here.
Not exactly what we call townhomes in Canada, I have to say. Right. Typically a townhome in a city like Toronto would be something that it does not have this sort of airy feel, I guess the only reason you guys call them townhomes is because they are kind of joined together, the properties.
Yes.
Right, but I mean, this is huge. I mean, they're very airy. Yeah, I love. Let's keep going, Alex. Thank you.
Okay, so the next step up in size. These are our ocean residences, which are also close to Acomal. And as you can see here, these are separate units. So you have the full house that you see, which 3 bedrooms, 245 square meters, starting at $445,000 US. But I mean, for the space you get, for the location, as you can see, close to the beach, it's just a 2-minute walk and you're at the beach there. Here we have one more available. These were very popular. And I have to say that we sell most of our units in pre-sale. So even before construction is finished, that's how much trust we have from our clients. A lot of them are second-time buyers and have bought before, and they were so happy with their place. They just decided, why not invest into a second unit where they can rent out to make some money on the side. But here we see our ocean residence, again, which is ready for delivery. This is already built, and one left. So I'll be happy to show you around there on your visit here with us in Riviera Maya.
So gorgeous.
Really beautiful. And this is actually where our own beach club is located as well. So it's just a couple of minutes walk to the beach club, where you can just relax and enjoy the view of the beautiful ocean.
Beautiful.
And top-down view of the location here again, just to give you the sense of how close we are to the beach here. This is very, very rare in developments. Usually beachfronts, hotels are very quick to grab those. But we are very lucky to get our own development space here so close to the beach.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is actually a development we're still constructing, and our pre-sale prices are, there's a big jump on delivery and price. So we're talking about a 12 to 15%. So for investors or people not looking to move in directly, I do recommend buying pre-sale, because you just do have that saving in price, and about 12 to 15%, I would say. And this is our SEC, which is also located close to the TAO community in the big compound of Bahia Principe, so where the golf course is. And as you can see, with this round style of the building, it's really cool, because everyone has, again, their own jungle view. And obviously we include a public pool there, as you see on the left at the bottom. Some of them are right, at the ground floor units, so you can just walk out, jump in the pool in the morning right away. So this
gorgeous.
Is something that's going to be a really great investment, and delivery will be in, I believe it's May 2023.
Okay, it says there February 2023. If I may ask, Alex, so it looks like you had 40 units initially available, and now you only have 19 left?
So this is our first phase. So we just opened half of the units for sale
Oh,
because
okay.
we stagger our sales sometimes. And so the added benefit right now of buying in the first phase is that the second phase, the price will go up by about $20,000. This is
Okay.
because every year of the natural appreciation, prices are adjusted. So
Yeah.
at this moment, this is a really low price to get this type of
Unit.
condo at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, guys, it's in the same exclusive Bahia Principe community. And I have to say, you know what, it's really, there is a clientele that prefers this sort of exclusivity. I had a couple of Canadian friends from the freedom movement who basically decided they had quite enough of Canada, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And they sold their home in Canada, and while their home was still being sold, they actually rented a condo from somebody in the Bahia Principe complex. They didn't really care for Playa. They found it a little too busy. They're a mature couple, not super mature, but like they're young retirees, you could say. And they didn't really care to be with the hustle and bustle. They wanted somewhere more tranquil, and this was their preferred area, and they love that the development. So yeah, it could have actually been one of your condos, Alex, for all I know. They rented from a private owner. But their desire is to purchase somewhere either in the Akumal or Tulum area. They want something, definitely something more exclusive, more tranquil. They don't want the hustle and bustle, if they want to come and visit Playa or like Tulum Central or Cancun, they can come and visit. They had a rental car the whole time they were here anyway, and they probably will get a car once they officially move to the area. But I know they prefer this sort of development. Yeah.
And if you do want to check out Tulum Playa, it's really not far away, right? It's just a 20-minute
Yeah.
car ride. There's
Yeah.
transportation along the highway, which is very well built, very well maintained. So it's just a quick hop down to the town if you want a night out with some nightlife. So it's not far away from both those hubs that we have here.
Yeah.
So just to give you a sense of how big the Bahia Principe is, really, here we see the location of SEC is marked in red here. And just to the left of that, where the TAO Wellness Center is, that is our community that I showed you first. And you can see the golf courses which stretch down all the way along the highway. This is all the Bahia Principe resort. So it really is massive. And which is connected to both sides of the highway. So there's a private bridge that you can cross that brings you down to the beach. And like I said, there's a shuttle service that can take you back and forth in about 7 minutes. You're there, so it's very close to the beach as well.
Awesome.
Of the area.
Awesome.
Studio Playa. This is a commercial space we have in Playa de Carmen, so I'm not going to talk about this too long because all the other units have been sold already. But on the bottom left, if someone's interested in setting up their own shop there, it's very close to the Central Fifth Avenue, which it's called. So close to the center, also ready for delivery, but yes, like I said, this is a commercial opportunity, so let's not dwell on this for too long.
You and I should talk about it because I remember somebody was looking for a commercial place.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk, Alex. Yeah.
Sure, great.
Mm-hmm.
Moving into La Selva, these are kind of smaller unit groups. We have 12 condos here. So like our own building block, this is located in the Grand Sirenes complex, which is also in Akumal, close to Bahia. This is, let's say, a more, a bit lower, but for people with a bit lower budget that want to come in, but have the same level of quality and luxury inside the apartment. This is a great way to also buy in an Akumal area at a bit of a lower price point.
Right, because the Bahia Principe complex is considered the most upscale. Like it's very exclusive. That's where the PGA golf club is. So for people who maybe don't necessarily care for the golf, but they still want to live in this sort of more exclusive residential community, want to have the tranquility of a place like Akumal, and benefit from like this high-end luxury touches that you feature in your developments, they can have that at a slightly lower price point by being in the Sirenis, Grand Sirenis community, correct?
Exactly, which also has direct access to the beach and its own beach club. So you're close to the beach here as well. Just not featuring the golf course, etc. You could get in at a lower price point, which.
And I think the floor spaces are a little slightly smaller. I see 84.5 versus some of your other ones that are like just bigger units to begin with, right?
Exactly, slightly smaller units. And here we have the 2 penthouse units still available. It also has their own, a shared pool on the rooftop. And so we do have some nice amenities here as well. It's just not as exclusive as our TAO community, which is kind of our own residential community. Here you're located in the Grand Sirenis, which is shared with some other developers. But it's also a very,
You'll be just fine, guys. You'll be just fine. I'm just saying, for people, and of course, it depends on everyone's budget, and if they do still like this sort of more exclusive lifestyle, but maybe they don't have the 400,000 budget, what have you, then this is an option.
This is an option.
Yeah.
We like to have for all budgets, so we can really find what the client can, is looking for. So here we have another location in Sirenis. This is our Samira condo. We have 2 condos here available still, and similar to La Selva, the last one we just looked at, starting prices at 172. Delivery is next year, so this is pre-sale. So this is a good price to get in at the moment, because it will then go up slightly on delivery. But as you can see, funnily enough, we do sell around 80% of our units in pre-sale. This is the level of trust we have with our clients for delivering what we promise. Not every developer is as trustworthy as we are here in Mexico, unfortunately. But that really is our trademark that we have, is that we sell most of our units, during construction, and with a high level of satisfaction with the result.
That's really good to know, Alex. And of course, the financing, your financing program is a huge plus, because nobody else that I'm aware of, no other developers, including some that I had as my guests on the show, I can tell you they don't offer those kinds of financing options for foreigners. You're pretty much on your own. You'd have to arrange financing in your country of origin. There are some financing options available for Americans, and potentially for Canadians, but only if you have money in an RSP. Definitely feel free to reach out to me. But the fact that the TAO is willing to offer this in-house, pretty much no questions asked, up to 50%, definitely a plus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this means Americans, Canadians, for all foreigners, all non-Mexican citizens, right? Just to make that clear.
Yeah.
In US dollars, that's the way the financing would work.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're jumping to Tulum in Sama, which is the most exclusive area in Tulum. They actually call it the Beverly Hills of Tulum. With very exclusive constructions going on there. And we just finished, so we're ready for delivery. People are moving in. We have 6 available units left there, different levels of premium with our condos. But this is also a slightly bigger community. It's very hard to get this much land in Tulum. So we have those 2 public pools. It includes its own gym with professional equipment. You have these common spaces, as you see at the bottom here, just to connect with the community, meet your neighbors, relax, read a book. A lot of remote people right now with their jobs have decided to buy in here. So good internet gives you the ability to work abroad right now. It's very fashionable at the moment.
For sure.
A diverse community we have here.
More than ever, yeah, more than ever. I mean, that's what we're seeing coming to this area. A lot of digital nomads, people that have the ability to work online, and they're thinking to themselves, why am I going to be in a jurisdiction where there are all these restrictions? I mean, part of the reason this area continues to be so popular, we all know it, Alex. It's a lot more free versus other parts of the world right now. So we're seeing steady numbers of Western Europeans, Canadians, Americans that are continuing to come to this area. Many of them initially rent, but some of them are ready to buy, and they're saying, you know what, I'm ready. They may have already sold their home back home. They're like, yeah, not going back for the foreseeable future. So rather than pay rent, I might as well, build some equity, just, have my money in a property. And yeah, if they're able to put down the entire amount cash, great. If not, again, the fact that you guys offer the financing options, I think that's very attractive.
Yeah, we just it's actually an example of that. They sell their place at home. They buy, let's say, 2, 3 units here. They'll live in one of them and rent out the other two.
It's amazing.
And they can live off the rent here. And why wouldn't you want to live in paradise if you have the option?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So here we have our location, Edina, also in Tulum. This is going to be, similar to the TAO community. We have a lot of space on this one because we're slightly outside of Tulum, but it's only a 4-minute car ride to get to the center. So here we have around 6 acres of land to really build up a community and to offer great amenities. In the middle, you have these 2 pools. There's going to be your private cinema, obviously a gym, a yoga deck, jungle paths, which you can take, because here the setting is really inside the jungle, and we're integrating as much as we can of the jungle into the community again. And here we actually have more space, so we can, as you can see on the top right, offer units which are a lot bigger as well. So here we have up to starting at 134 with the lofts, up to 445 meters squared.
Whoa! Wow!
So this is very rare to find because this actually gives you your own private garden to some of the house units that we offer here. With available extras such as your own private pool or a jacuzzi or a rooftop, etc. So, and we're starting here at 160, 179, because this is also still, under construction, pre-sale prices. So finding something with, the size of the units here at these prices at the moment, it's a really great buy, right? And these will rent out 100% easily throughout the year, being so close to Tulum, but at the same time, the tranquility of the jungle and the size of the units, your own parking space, great amenities. This is one of my top recommendations at the moment that we have.
Amazing.
So I'm not sure about the time. That's why I am rushing through these slides a bit.
No, that's great. That's great, Alex. Were there other projects? I know you guys have a number of projects going on. Is there something else? Are there other projects that you wanted to share about? Or that's about it?
This is Puerto Aventuras. We're almost through the project, so I just thought I'd showcase them all to see just the variety that we have here.
Yeah.
Puerto Aventuras, as we mentioned at the beginning, its own little enclave, very international. Lots of expats, especially from Canada and America. So here we have, it's hard to get a lot of space here, so we couldn't go as big and build like a large community, but we do offer the 18 studios and 7 condos that we have. We just finished, so delivery just happened in May. It hasn't been, the presentation hasn't been updated currently to that, but
okay.
But we
so you delivered on time.
We did deliver on time, and we have 1 condo that's a 2-bedroom condo and the 6 1-bedroom studios left. I would recommend this for investors because this is going to rent out great.
For sure.
Access to the sea. As you see, we have our own little dock where you can also park your boat on the left. And, if you want, you take out your kayak, you take out your paddleboard, and you can paddle out to the ocean. So we have direct access to the ocean from our residential community.
Amazing.
And also these come with fully furnished, because we're looking to sell these more to investors. So these come fully furnished as well with the different furniture packages depending on the type of the unit.
And the name of the project is TAO Nautico?
TAO Nautico, exactly.
TAO
So
Nautico.
located in the heart of Puerto Aventura, so only a 5 to 10 minute walk to the central marina,
Yeah.
which has fantastic restaurants, their own beach club, so it's a bit more private. The beach that we have here, only Tao or only Puerto Aventura's people can access the beach here. So this is also a very exclusive kind of little town in itself.
I was telling you guys about Puerto Aventuras, how it's, very pretty. Exclusive is definitely would be a word that comes to mind. You can tell it's just upscale. You've got that feel in the air. I don't know. It reminds me a little bit of like Naples, Florida, maybe, if you've ever been to Naples. It's that kind of exclusive feel, okay? It's a pretty little town, and again, very, very close to, if you want the hustle and bustle of like Playa, very close to Playa as well. Okay, and you have yet another project.
Last but not least, this is the last one. I know it can be a bit overwhelming to all these, but this is our last, but like I said, definitely not least residential community, because here we are really 2 minutes away walking to the beachfront. And this is almost impossible to find in the area. So here we are in Akumal again, and this is our Santa Mar project, which is being currently constructed. And we are the second row on the picture, so not right on the beachfront, but the second row of houses we see here on the picture. That'll be our community, which will also include amenities such as a gym, a yoga deck. We're building 2 natural pools, as we call them. They are swimming pools, but they're made to look like part of the jungle.
So gorgeous.
This kind of sense of being connected to nature, and nothing too artificial. We don't want an artificial feeling here. We really want to have the lush and green jungle available to the people that live in our communities, because it is so beautiful.
It is gorgeous, absolutely. And so literally you're talking about almost beachfront property starting at 200K USD in an exclusive area. And are these, so they're 1 or 2 or 3 bedroom units? Okay, so it's they're condo units in like boutique style buildings, because these buildings are, how many buildings total? Oh, 7 buildings total. Okay, so literally just I can't do math. What's that? How many units per building, Alex? Like roughly?
About 12 units per building.
Oh, right on. Okay.
14, 15, more.
And you only have 17 units left. Okay. You've actually sent me the inventory sheet, and if anybody's interested, we can look at that together. Awesome.
And this was just a very general overview of the different units that we have. Of course, we have brochures with more detailed pictures and unit sizes and descriptions. This presentation is just meant to give you a general overview of our units. We do have.
This was great. Yeah. Thank you, Alex, for that. So yeah, if any of you liked what you see, and if you have questions about this project, feel free to reach out to me. You know how to reach me, either on social media or via email. Hi, Letitia, LETITIA @protonmail.com. And Alex, he's my right-hand man when it comes to TAO properties. He knows everything about TAO, and again, he'll be more than happy to take us on a tour should you make your way to the area. In the meantime, again, Alex has graciously offered to give me a tour sometime next week. Hopefully we'll make it happen this time, Alex, so that I'll go there in person to some of these properties and actually take a video tour of some of the units, because I think, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 10,000 words. I don't know. So I like taking those videos and just really giving you a feel for these beautiful living spaces. Alex, thanks so much again for joining us today, for being my guest today on the show. And thanks for everybody who tuned in either live or who will be watching this after the fact. And again, feel free to reach out if you have any questions about these beautiful properties. I'm happy to help, and Alex will be happy to help as well. Okay. Thanks again, Alex, and bye, everybody.
Thank you so much, everyone, and hope to see you soon here in Riviera Maya.
See. Bye, everybody. See you next week.